Hey, good day, and thanks again for checking in. We are straight from the road shoulder, and as always, it's for our shared humanity. It is day 54 for Team FOSH, Thursday, August 26th, and it's a moving day for us. We are leaving our campsite here at the KOA in Grand Island, where we've been here for over 10 days, 10 nights, 11 days, and we are headed to Wilson, Kansas. I made it to Kansas yesterday. And I'm going to share a lot of that story tomorrow. So I'm going to ask you to tune back in for a little captivating story of having to find dry ground in Kansas before we could actually find common ground. And I'll get to that a little bit later. But today I wanted to just take a minute and recap the state of Nebraska. I wrote some stats down. They're getting so big right now, I can't remember them all. So I may glance down and share a few notes with you. We spent, we went through 11 towns in the state of Nebraska. We started in Gross, Nebraska. That was our first town. It was a population 2, Mike and Mary. And we made our way down to Bristow. I had a little dog follow me on that path. That was a special day. We went from there to O'Neill. From O'Neill, we went to Chambers. From Chambers, we went down to Bartlett. From Bartlett, we went down to Greeley. Greeley to St. Paul. St. Paul to Grand Island. Grand Island to Hastings, Hastings to Rosemont, Rosemont down to Guide Rock, where we walked through yesterday, and then we walked into the state of Kansas. 259 total walking miles in the state of Nebraska. We crossed the Missouri River to start, and I climbed the highest elevation of my trek at that point, coming out of the Missouri River Valley. And then we ended with the Republican River, and climbing out of that into Kansas was equal to the start. So the beginning of Nebraska and the end of Nebraska were the highest elevation changes for me, and they were difficult with some of the heat that I experienced. 620,500 steps in the state of Nebraska. 31,000 calories burned while walking in the state of Nebraska. And I spent an average of 7.4 hours a day over 14 days walking. I was in Nebraska for 18 days. We were in Nebraska for 18 days, and 14 of those days were walking days, 4 were recovery days, and a moving day. And I spent 7.4 hours a day when I was walking on my 2 feet, walking our trek to Hope, Texas. We've had 5 local town papers pick our story up along the way since we started. 1 in North Dakota, 1 in South Dakota, and we had 3 in the state of Nebraska. O'Neill, Greeley, and St. Paul all picked up our story and wrote in their local papers, online and in print. So really exciting to just do the grassroots type discussions, conversations, and then documentation to bring that to life. A special state, this Nebraska, the Cornhusker state, we call it Nebraska nice, because we had nothing but great people connecting with us. And even those that were confused or rolled their eyes or didn't quite understand what we were doing, when we spent a little bit of time talking about it, when they gave us a little bit of time, which was almost every single time, I don't remember a time when they didn't give us the time, they got it. It made sense to them. When we could remove the political part of it that they maybe had blocking their brain and just help them understand our steps, our actions, these positive steps. They're all in agreement that this is the right movement. So let's get behind it. Let's be the ones that are pushing it out strong enough so that it can gain enough momentum and catch fire, just like all the negative stuff does. Why can't this do the same? You could be a part of that. Do your part. I appreciate you listening today. It's a 0 day here on Thursday. We're moving down to Wilson, Kansas, and we'll get back after it again. And I'm going to share a story tomorrow about our entrance into Kansas. Appreciate your time. Appreciate your heart. Appreciate your interest. Cheers.